Well, your first blog that you started was called lowkeymessy.com.
Yeah. I thought about the shade room before the shade room. I thought
Right.
low key messy. We ain't gonna be too messy. We're just gonna be a little messy. And celebrities, they love mess, so they're gonna participate in it. I know all these celebrities, so fuck it. Lowkeymessy.com.
Right.
Brilliant idea at the time. Brilliant.
Right. That got rebranded to IamJasonLee.com.
Immediately, because people were like, I ain't fucking with him. And people were, I was surprised at how people were reacting. Because it's me doing it. I thought, okay, he's gonna be a little messy, but he's not gonna be like, what Media Takeout at the time was, where they were making up stories, or they thought Fred and them were making up stories. So the immediate reaction was, we're not fucking with that. So I said, okay. I met with Alex Avon, and he said, Jason, like, how do you become the brand so that way people know what they're investing in? Because low-key messy, you can be low-key messy, but is that you? And I go, well, sometimes it can be, but he goes, no, just be Jason Lee. Just be Jason Lee. So I rebranded everything. IamJasonLee.com, and I just wrote about parties I went to, things I saw, what I thought, what I didn't think, what I thought was hot, and there started to be some traction. But I'll be honest with you, it wasn't, of course, where I am now, because I wasn't fully obsessed with it. I had the idea and I had the passion, but I was also in a relationship again, and I wasn't investing the obsessive amount of time that it takes to really build a brand.
Now, 2015, was that around when you met Floyd Mayweather?
No, when did I meet Floyd? Wait. Yeah, about 2015, yeah.
Yep, do my research.
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys start to form a friendship.
Yes.
What was the basis of that friendship? Because, Floyd is Floyd. He's constantly having people flock around him and want to be part of the money team and everything else like that. But the two of you seem to have kind of an interesting, kind of special relationship.
Yeah. When I saw Floyd, I saw Rodney, honestly. It was really interesting. Not immediately, but when I started to spend time with him, what I saw was what you saw. A lot of people want to be around him. He's the money team, he's a billionaire, he's the best boxer, he's this, that, whatever. I was not even watching boxing like that. I didn't know Floyd Mayweather's movement. I didn't know Pretty Boy Floyd. I knew he talked a lot of shit. And I saw the one fight where the guy kissed him or something, and then the bell rang, he just punched him. Ortiz, I think. He just punched him right when the bell, whatever. And I thought, like, yo, that's some dope shit. Like, you should protect yourself all the time. You being cocky, you got your ass whooped. So I remember seeing that. So my friend Kichi becomes his assistant. She's like, yo, Floyd's going through a breakup with Miss Jackson, and like, you're a good person, and you know how the internet works. I want to bring you around so you can talk to him. So I go and I meet Floyd, and we're at his, I'm there in Vegas. I'm supposed to go to the fight. They don't call me. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going home because nobody called me. I'm just sitting in my hotel. And I was about to leave, and she says, come to his mom's house. We're watching the fight right now. I go, okay. So I go to the house, and Flo Rida's there, Cat Williams, and all these people are there. And everybody is just, obsessively around this guy. And I'm like, man, like, he's like their god, And I'm just kind of chilling with the mom, and I'm drinking and eating or whatever. And so she brings me up to him, and she goes, hey, Floyd, this is Jason Lee. Jason's Floyd. He's like, hey, how you doing, man? Nice to meet you. Bring him to the Big Boy Mansion. So I go back to the Big Boy Mansion, and he walks up to me and says, so tell me about you. And I said, well, I'm a blogger and I'm gay. And the whole house just went silent as fuck. Like, the whole house, because, very macho, very testosterone. Everybody like, what the hell? And I see, I'm Jason, I'm a blogger and I'm gay. And he goes, well, why would you say that? Like, why would you say that? I said, because if you fuck with me, like, that's, if you want to get to know me, or if I'm gonna get to know you, you just gotta know who I am. Like, and I think the reason why I was coming at him like that is I was so frustrated with people not taking my work seriously and not trusting me, and the people that I had invested years of building relationships with were just not really fucking with me. And I was over it. I was over the industry. I was over all this. I was exhausted. And he said, well, I don't really have any gay male friends, but that doesn't bother me. And I said, well, I've been here for a couple hours. You got a gay friend. And he grabbed me, and we were outside laughing hysterically. And he's like, who, him? And we're just talking and joking. And he was like, yo, this dude is funny. And then we sat down. He said, okay, you want to be a blogger? And at the time, I thought I wanted to be a blogger. You want to be a blogger? Ask me a question. I said, okay. I said, everybody say you the best ever. Why you keep running from Pacquiao? I mean, that was literally my question. And he was like, and everybody around me was like, who the fuck is this guy, right? Because that's all I knew. People were saying he was running for Pacquiao. And his answer to me was so brilliant. He said, when I got in the game and went to the Olympics and lost, I was robbed, and I never wanted to feel that feeling again. And when I got into professional boxing, and everybody told me that this was the guy to beat me, I knew he was going to be the last one I fought. I was going to build a whole career out of people hating me because that was going to fuel my passion and desire to be the best ever. And one day I went on the Ustream as Pretty Boy Floyd, and they were like, oh my God, the money team's on. I was like, well, I guess we're the money team. So when he started talking to me, I was listening to him from a business perspective, like how you branded yourself. How did you become an independent, wealthy Black person? And how do you live on your own terms? He talked about how, you know, Pacquiao, he has a lot of respect for him, but he respects him to leave him last. So that way everybody in the world will want to see the showdown. I mean, his marketing genius from the onset of his career showed me that I wasn't even looking at how my exit was going to be. I was just looking at just writing a story. I was literally in the business for writing a story instead of looking at the business of it. So then we start talking more. And then as I just kept asking more questions, he pulled out a check. And he laid it in front of me. And it had so many numbers on it that I had never seen a check. It was 44,000,000, some it was 0.00. It was like $44 million check or something crazy. And I remember looking at that, and he said to me, if you work hard enough, one day you're gonna cash one of these, because you have this thing about you that's special, but you gotta really be obsessed with what you do and lock in. And that was when I decided I'm gonna be around this motherfucker, and I'm gonna because the feeling I feel now, I'm on fire. I literally felt like I could have gotten a ring and beat Pacquiao's ass in that conversation. So I grew an immediate respect for him, but I also knew that in order to be his friend, he had to know that I was really gay, and he needed to accept my boyfriend. He needed to accept my lifestyle. I wasn't gonna change for him. So the next week I found out he was gonna be in DC doing some charity stuff for some kids. So I flew out there with my boyfriend, got a hotel at the hotel he was staying at. And when he got out the car, he's like, well, what are you doing here? I'm like, shit, I came to see you. Like, I came to support the foundation. He's like, okay. He said, I say, he said, who's this? I go, oh, it's my nigga. And he goes, hey, what's up, man? I go, no, that's my nigga. Like, this is who I sleep with. And he was like, he was puzzled. He like, what? And I'm like, yeah. So he folds his arms. He looks confused. I said, you got questions? He was like, hell yeah. So we go up to the room, and him and all his friends are there, and we're all laughing, the girls. And he goes, he's looking and he's pacing the room. I'm like, if you have questions, ask, because if I'm going to be in your world, I'm going to bring him in your world. And he goes, okay, so you're his boyfriend. And my boyfriend goes, yeah. And he goes, and you're gay. And my boyfriend goes, no. And he goes, the fuck out of here. So he's going back and forth. I'm like, no, he likes girls. I only like guys. He's my boyfriend. Right now, he's in a gay relationship, but he's not gay. And Floyd's like, fuck all that. He's gay. He's cracking his jokes. And after it all, we had this long conversation. Everybody in the room is laughing. I'm laughing. And he says, man, I fuck with this dude, man. Get him some TMT clothes. Get that rainbow shirt. I said, what the fuck? I don't wear rainbow. What the fuck you think I walk around pride like a bag of Skittles every day? And we laughed. And we just had a great time that whole week. He made sure that my boyfriend was respected. He made sure his team, made sure that we were front and center as part of his group. We were on the bus with him. And then afterwards, he was like, yo, man, you want to come to Vegas and hang out? I'm like, yeah. Put me on the jet, went to Vegas. And I started looking at him like my brother. And he became a mentor and a friend. And even to this day, when we get off the phone or he'll call or whatever, and we talk almost every single day, he'll say, you need anything? You good? You need me for anything? If you need me, I'm here. And I don't need anything. I don't ask for anything. I don't need him. But he really re-instilled the faith and belief that I could actually do what I want to do. And so that's when I said, fuck it. This is not Jason Lee anymore. It's Hollywood Unlocked. Because Hollywood Unlocked was my tagline. I am Jason Lee, Hollywood Unlocked. I said, fuck that. I'm Jason Lee and it's just Hollywood Unlocked. So I started really looking at the business, and I started to look at what you were doing. I'm looking what the Shade Room is doing. I'm looking what Baller Alert's doing, and and researching Pop Sugar and saying, they had an exit for 100 million, 200 million. So I started thinking like I could really do this. And I didn't do it with the speed and pace that I wanted to, but I did it at a pace where it allowed me to learn a lot and get to a place now where I get the fundamentals of the business and scaling and P&Ls and budgets and all that. Like I get it now, and now I'm in a good place where now I'm becoming a teacher.
Yeah, and there's something about you, and this is going to sound really ignorant, and so I'm sorry to everyone when I say this, but like, you being a gay man, you and I have always had a cool friendship and a cool energy with each other, which I've not been able to do with other gay men that I've met over the years. I'm sure you've heard stuff like this. There's usually, at some point in the relationship, something kind of goes wrong and I get yelled at, or it turns into just kind of like this bitchy kind of personality. And there's sort of like, nah, I'm not really cool. This makes me feel a little uncomfortable. But there's something about you where, although you are gay, it's not really a factor in a relationship that you develop with straight men.
Yeah, Wack always says, Wack 100, Leo, Wack 100, I don't care what they say about Wack. I don't care what antics. He's the one that introduced me to Kanye formally. He always is in my corner, you know, and when I first started being friends with Wack, he said, yo, man, this nigga really gay, but I fuck with this nigga. Like, I wish everybody else, all these other gay rappers would just be gay like you. I'm like, yo, bro, I ain't touching that. I don't want no problem with the gay rappers. I'm cool over here with my gay shit, you know. I would start to walk in rooms and Wack would be like, yo, this is my gay homie. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be your gay homie. That's what I'm not gonna be. And I think the thing that was important for me is that being gay is my sexuality, which is my private business.
Yeah.
Who I am as a person, I'm just a nigga from Stockton that didn't have shit who's fighting for everything he ever dreamed of. And I respect that, like, even in today with the evolution of our community, that, you know, Dave Chappelle should be able to be great and say what the fuck he wants, like Eddie Murphy did. Or you should be able to interview somebody and ask hard or horrible questions that aren't necessarily horrible. They just may not line up with what you believe, but they're a question that somebody else out there may believe. I feel like this cancel culture is fucked up art. And so when I meet people, I don't want them to be uncomfortable with me being gay. And I don't want to project who I am on them. I get it, straight guys, if I like them, because to me, a man is a man. And if you tell me you ain't interested in me, okay, cool, whatever, next. But I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable, because I don't want you to make me feel uncomfortable. Now, I will say, I'm at a point in my life where I say, I'm not gonna let nobody make me feel uncomfortable. Now, if you try me personally, intentionally, then I'm gonna fuck with you, because we all got stuff. But I don't lead with my sexuality. And that's why when I did Love and Hip Hop, I told Mona, you can ask me anything you want. I'll be anything you want on the show, but I'm not gonna be gay. I'm not gonna talk about my love life and who I'm, because mainstream wants black gay men to be sassy with purses, makeup, and a fucking accessory to a woman on a reality show. I ain't that shit. I'm a fucking boss. And there's no way I went through what I went through in the streets of Stockton and watched my brother die, who believed in me to be great, to then become this figurine of what people think a gay man looks like.
Caricature.
A caricature.
Yeah, which you have never been.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And I won't be.
Yeah, and I respect that.
But don't get it twisted. I was at Poppy last night with Cardi B. I might go to the gay club today for a drink. I may pop I ain't been over there to Bethlehem or to Jerusalem or wherever, to Tel Aviv, where they say it's gay over there. I'm gonna get to Tel Aviv. I just came from Greece. It was gay as hell. But I love people. I just love people. I love all races. I love just people. I just love being around diversity. And I love the fact that you acknowledge that, because it's important to me. Because I know when I walk in a room and interact with people, they see me as a man, a businessman. They see me as a gay man too. And it changes the optics for what we look like as a community, because there's still that messy shit. And I look at some of the messy shit too, and I tell some of my friends, I ain't with that shit. And they get mad at me because they feel like I've been able to operate under the veil of being straight, but I'm not acting. I'm just being myself. You know what I mean?